Good afternoon, partners. Very happy to see you guys in such big numbers already this afternoon. I know that there's quite a few people that will show up. We have a nice one this afternoon. We have Sebastien Cote, which is our Azure specialist, Azure pre-sale specialist. If you haven't had the opportunity to speak with Sebastien, Sebastien has a wealth of knowledge in terms of putting solutions together, pricing solutions with Azure. It even has some troubleshooting. I would call him necessarily for support, but definitely has a lot of experience with Azure. Um, First item, I will definitely would like to, if you haven't seen the invitation, we actually have Altitude. I'm actually going to share a little bit of information with you. Our conference, by show of hands or thumbs up for people that actually have been to our Altitude conference. That'd be great. Nobody's been to Altitude conference? I think that some of you have been to Altitude conference. I can definitely remember that. Okay, just one person. If you haven't had the opportunity to come to the Altitude conference, we actually have, and only digitally. Then great news, we actually have the one in English. I'm just gonna bring that up on the monitor here. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure I get the right page there. Well, see, only the French one is showing. But let me pull up the email invitation. Altitude is our conference, right, in which you can come get exceptional training. There's awards. So you've got Mishida who's just shared the link to that. I'm going to share the email. So here, let me just share the email quickly and make sure that all the people that are attending have the opportunity to see this. So we're having it in Toronto. So Sheraton downtown. I think it's the first time we've actually been in Toronto, and some of the themes that we want to cover are most definitely the AI Copilot. We want to talk about security, and we're going to have amazing vendors and as well as our COO at AppDirect speak and coming. So we're going to have a cocktail, great food, and we're going to be giving out awards. So interestingly enough, this conference is actually free, so no charge to our partners. I think that our French partners would be very jealous of that because your conference is 100% free, and the French partners actually there's a fee to it. It is a little shorter; it's 1 day instead of being 2 days, but it's going to be lots of fun, and I definitely look forward to seeing you there. And there's going to be a bunch of staff of IT Cloud and a bunch of Microsoft and some great speakers there. So please, join us, register. I think Majida shared the information, so looking forward to seeing you. I will ask Sebastien to share his screen. We're going to be talking about Azure Virtual Desktop as well as Windows 365. Two very important subjects. I think that often have the conversation with partners. If you really want to skyrocket your business and you're doing mostly modern work and you're doing infrastructure, you're doing mostly modern work stuff with selling Microsoft 365, there's a huge opportunity with Azure Virtual Desktop, which and Windows 365 with hosting desktops in the cloud. So I will pass this over to Sebastien, which will continue the presentation. Feel free to ask your questions, and we'll do our best to answer that. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Steve, for this introduction. So, hello everyone. I am happy to be there with you this afternoon. First thing, the English language is not my native language, so I will do my best to be not too bad with you this afternoon. So, for some of you who don't know who I am, as Steve tell, I am an Azure specialist. I'm doing some pre-sale assistance. So my role with IT Cloud.ca, I'm acting as a bridge between the sale and support department. I provide trainings, education, and sales support as well to the partners. My goal is to assist the partners for customer acquisition through the technology. I'm here to explain, summarize, simplify the practice and the documentations of our manufacturer, Microsoft as well. Also, if you have any questions about perpetual or subscription license, Windows, SQL, Cal, LTSC, and other, I am here for you. So we will begin this webinar together to explore the latest innovations from Microsoft AVD and Windows 365. So maybe just a quick thumbs up if everybody can hear me correctly and see my screen, and I will start the webinar. Go here. Thanks, Wayne. Okay, so here we are. So we will start with a base. What is the difference between Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop? So as we can see from my screen right now, there is two different solutions. Both are cloud PC, kind of, but both have some difference between. So first thing first, Windows 365 is a software as a service compared to the cloud VDI. AVD is is a platform as a service. Sorry, I'm just thinking about something else. So roughly, there is two ways to achieve the goal of cloud PC to get access to provide the end customer user experience to those cloud PC. So we need to know the difference between to provide or distribute the good solution to the end customer. So at the beginning, Windows 365 is based on Windows 10 and 11 for single session for personal usage, compared to the AVD is Windows 10, 11, and Windows Server as well. If depending of the scenario, we can play Windows Server, and this is a multi-session. It's kind of the small cousin of RDP, RDS terminal server. So we need to know about Windows 365 is for Enterprise Edition, by example, we can do the administration from the Microsoft Endpoint Management. Compared to AVD, we are able to play from the Azure portal. So depending what we need, depending what the customer want to do for a single user, for multiple user, we will choose the best solution about that, depending of the scenario, depending of the needs. As a five-star services, we still always there for you to assist, to start the architecture and discuss about that. So it's always a pleasure to have this kind of discussion to scope and see what or which kind of solution better for you. So after that, change of screen. Here we are. We will start with what's new, the general availability, the GA from Azure Virtual Desktop. The first thing will be the single sign-on using Microsoft Intro authentication. So the single SSO, the single sign-on. So here, the catch is we can allow the user to log in automatically without asking for credential for each login. Roughly, this is not brand new, but Microsoft let us in general availability the configuration from Azure portal. So by example, as you can hear in the lower screenshot, I already have mini subscription, and one of them is I already have some application and desktop. So how I'm supposed to do that? From upper corner, we can see from the host pool of RDP probability of the AVD, we can select the connection will use Microsoft Entra Identity to provide single sign-on. After that, after we save the configuration, as you can see, we have the pop-up who hello remote desktop connection. So we can approve yes, no. And after that, each time I launch the application or the published desktop. I don't need to provide anymore again and again and again the credential. Probably the majority of you already play with Windows Virtual Desktop or the first version of AVD. So we need to provide it each time. It was kind of annoying with the time. So Microsoft let us to do that when we are connected directly with the Intro ID. So the single sign-on is available. Next one, always into the GA, the Trust Launch. So here, Microsoft offers us the function Trusted Launch. It is roughly a combination of function from Microsoft. So it's divided by three. So the first is the secure boot. So roughly, it's only to protect against the installation of malware-based rootkit. Only the sign-in operation system and driver can be booted. Roughly, if something failed during the first attempt, the conclusion will be the machine will not boot. So the security of the VM will not be compromised. So the deal is here. Microsoft will take care of the boot launcher. And if something wrong, just stop the process just to don't compromise the data and the operating system of the customer. The second one is the VTPM. So roughly, this is only the virtualization version of TPM 2.0. So this part validate the boot integrity and the security about that. As you can see, the two first, the secure boot and the VTPM is already checked by design. So this is the default selection when we enable the trust launch virtual security type from the wizard. So the third one, the integrity monitor, it's just an additional layer of security when you start a machine and could send you alert in case of failure or something like that. So there is another option later about that or some impact or we need to know about that. Here it will be a question for sure, a recommendation. Every time I do this kind of speech or presentation about AVD and the wizard, always we ask me, what is the recommendation? What we need to do? What is the best way? Of course, as a distributor, IT Cloud, we are here to spread the good news, to share good practice with you. We will always encourage our partners to implement the best security in order to best protect their customers. So you need to be what is it? We are here for that, but we will not give you the way exactly. You need to decide what is the security depending of your customer. So the best secure is the best way. But as I said, we are here to help you about that. Next thing, still into Azure Virtual Desktop about the GE, the screen capture protection. I think so. This is easy to understand what is that. So roughly, it's only to limit or to stop everybody to do a screenshot from the remote PC cloud. Of course, it doesn't stop anyone, but this is a kind of obstacle at this way. So the print screen will be blocked, but everybody could always take a capture or can I say that in a picture from mobile phone or something like that. For sure, this protection is not supposed to work alone. It's supposed to help to prevent and work together with something else. So the best is to join this function to something else. By example, as we can see from the tip in the lower right corner, we recommend to disable the clipboard redirection, the local drive redirection, and the printer redirection as well. So if the end customer don't needs that, so why available that? So take action and disable the redirection. The idea behind that is if something wrong from the cloud PC, yes, it's supposed to be, it's protected. But if something wrong happened, we want to limit the infection. We don't want who he comes up from the PC cloud to the local computer. So if we don't have any synchronization or other stuff like that, so it could be the best for the customer to limit the infection or the corruption of the data, depending what's happened. Also, the other aspect could be the watermark, the next feature Microsoft proposed to us. So the watermarking. So roughly here it's simple. It's like the watermark from Word by example. We are able to configure the size, the opacity, and other stuff like that. As you can see from the upper right corner screenshot, there is a QR code in overlay in watermarking in the screen. For sure, we're able to manipulate that to down limit the aspect of the screen to let the user do her job. And as you can see right now, from a simple phone, we're able to scan the ID, the QR code, and we got the login ID of the remote session. So it is easy for an administrator from Azure to go with the insight or log analytic and do a query about this login ID and find who is the owner of that. So again, the the watermarking is not a showstopper. Is only something to make it uncomfortable. In other words, the goal is make people shy to taking photo, to leak any information. We cannot stop it, but we can do something hard or shy to do that. So it's easy to follow the track and to find out who is to trace the session. So take care about that. Next thing. So in preview and general availability also, Azure Virtual Desktop, we have again and again, this is the multiplication of the client's connection application. So here, as we can see, there is many client type for different type of device and several different platform. So we can choose different feature or different reason why we deploy a client for a customer. So it depend what is the need, where is the position, where he is on the road or at the office, which kind of desktop, laptop, mobile device. So it's reason why we need to choose. There is not a bad answer but that. There is only a good client for the good situation. As you can see, the first Windows Desktop is, sorry, the second one, the Azure Virtual Desktop Store app for Windows, a long term. This is already in preview. It's worked very well, but we'll see later in a few other screen. I already have some slide about that. So here, what we need to know to understand is, depending of the need of the customer, multiple monitor, display resolution, dynamic display resolution and scaling, redirection of device, webcam, storage, printer, as I discussed from a few seconds ago, Microsoft Teams optimization, and other. You need to choose which client is the best or more suitable for your customer. As I said, we'll see it deeper in few slides. So here, as we can see, there is Windows application and as well web, depending if your customer is on the road. Maybe by example, like your customer broke the computer and just get another one, and it's you don't have any time to install, deploy, or other style like that. The customer can just use HTML file 5, pardon me, web browser and pop up the Azure Virtual Desktop screen and continue to work. So from the web portal is easy to do. macOS, iOS, Android as well is already available to download and install. Next one. Here, Windows 365. Okay, here I need to be transparent and honest. We know we already have 3 editions of Windows 365, Frontline, Business, and Enterprise. All my next slides will be exclusively to Enterprise. So the new feature, the general availability it will be for the Enterprise version right now. So today we have two new version, two new SKU, 16 CPU, 64 gig of RAM, and 5 and 12 and 1 terabyte of hard drive. The question will be for sure, what is the price of? I will invite you to take a look into your cart from the IT Cloud Partner Portal under the subscription order section into the Microsoft 365 NC commerce, experience segment, and take a look by yourself. What is the price? I'm not pretty sure, but I think so. Those are in promotion. There is a discount today about that, today and tomorrow for sure, for a short term of time. So you can just take a look about yourself. What is your price, and just see by yourself what is the opportunity, or how can you deploy it for your customer. um Next slide. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. The window resize. So still into general availability. As I said from a few seconds ago, this feature is not addressed to business and frontline. It's only for the enterprise version. So here we are, the Windows resize. So it's simple to understand. Um, we can upgrade the memory, processor, and the disk of the VM. We can also able to downgrade memory and the processor. Of course, we cannot downgrade the size of the disk. So this is a limitation for sure when we want to go back. The resizing can take around 15 minutes, depending of what's happened behind and other stuff like that. And of course, the resizing preserve user and disk data because this is the enterprise version. So this is the good news about that. When you resize, you don't lose nothing. This is a kind of plug-in, plug and play like AVD. This is a good the good upgrade from Windows Enterprise about that. Next one, a preview. So it will be available. Don't ask me when exactly. We don't know. Unfortunately, we are looking close about that. It will be for sure a game changer. So roughly, we will be able to connect directly from the local computer to the PC cloud. So it's kind, or we can compare that to the fat client. So roughly, we are able to recycle the hardware locally on-prem and let the user jump in directly into the PC cloud through the local computer. As I said, like fat client, and other application like that who let us recycle the hardware on-prem. So it eventually we know that we will be able to personalize the homepage with the logo, something like that. And there are two boot device mode about Windows Boot. So the first one will be share PC mode. Multiple user can use the same physical device to log in into their own cloud PC through the Windows 11 login screen. And the second one will be the dedicated PC mode. The physical device is assigned to a specific user to connect to their cloud PC by the Windows 11 login screen. So, as I said, we don't have more information about that, but it will be a good thing to see in the future. Next thing, still into the preview, the Windows 365 switch. Probably for the older of you, it looks like similar to the Windows Aerial Flip 3D function from Windows 7 with the keyboard combination, Windows key and tab. Also, it's a kind of continuation from multiple desktop feature from Windows 10 and 11. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, the user active the feature, and we can see two left desktop locally, and at the right, connected PC. So we are able to switch from desktop locally to cloud PC without any resizing, minimizing, and other annoying stuff like that. So it's a good thing when we have a hybrid user, when we work locally and into the cloud. So it's easy to do. The user can play from one to the other, and it's easier to achieve, like I said. Next one, still in the preview, Windows 365 GPU. So we have here three offer regarding the GPU. Unfortunately, I don't have any time and possibility to test it by myself compared to the AVD, the N series family. I already play with that with pleasure, but this one I don't have the time yet. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, the availability is limited through an application process. So you can click on the link as you can see at the bottom of the screen, and you fill out the process form and you ask Microsoft to let you play with that. As I said, we don't have any experience yet. When we take a look regarding the performance, the GPU offering, it's looked like very good for a single user to use it. Beyond saying this feature are powered by NVIDIA and AM, NVIDIA and AMD. So we don't know this is it's the same feature compared to the AVD, but let's see by the time what will be the results about that. But yes, as I said, I don't play so far, but I'm very curious to play with that. The typical scenario could be the home user alone who need to work with any CAD device, AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Inventor, or something like that, and could just spin up a computer, install the stuff, and let's play with that. It will be single user for sure. It's enterprise version. We can connect with something else, but we need to know what is the scenario of the customer. OneDrive, SharePoint will be the base of that for sure. Next one, Windows 365 offline. This guy will be another game changer for sure. So, as the name said, here we have the possibility eventually to work offline. So, we will be able to play with Windows 365 disconnected from the internet, and when the computer connect back, the PC is supposed to sync back up to the cloud. So this feature is very interesting, but we don't have enough information about that except this screenshot right now and the text. So I am very curious to play with that eventually. As I said, it will be a game changer for sure, because today, okay, many people have easy way to get internet connection, but we still have regional company without any high speed connection, or sometimes we need to play offline during the move or during the transport or something like that. So it could be a great feature to get it to be able to play offline and after back to sync the data over the cloud. So let's see what's happened in few month times. We don't know about that. We will for sure. We will when we will know that we will let you know to start to play with that. Next one, application section. So here we are with the Windows app. As I said from a few minutes ago regarding the previous slide, there is many other application we are able to play with Azure Virtual Desktop and Windows 365. And as we can see right now, the Windows application is a single point. As you can see, there is many connection type are able to play with Windows 365, AVD, Real Desktop, desktop services, and pardon me, Microsoft DevBox. Of course, this application is on preview right now. I already tested, is working well. As we can see too, it's always available from different operating system. What I'm curious to play and see eventually, it will be the Peanut application. So I don't see it right now, but this is a good thing to know. So we will be able to play directly with the application like the other software to connect remotely, but this appearance is probably the future from Microsoft. They develop that into this direction. So it's already available from the cloud, or you can install it from the store as well. So as you can see on the first line, Windows app, you are able to download from the Windows Store and connect your device and play with that. Into the middle line, the remote desktop application, the original one with the red icon. It's the normal client we are able to play. And the last one, the list, the Azure Virtual Desktop, still in beta, still in preview. It's the one I use for my demo, personal usage, and other stuff. It's working very well. As we can see into the lower right screenshot, I already have resubscription. So I already mix and match Cloud PC, Windows 365 as well, and AVD. As we can see, I already have tested the CAD and I'll play with the published application and published desktop. So as I said, it's working pretty well. I don't have any issue with that. It's like the other. So we will see what's next regarding this application because eventually it will probably replace the first one. So let's see what Microsoft tell us about that. Unfortunately, we never have any crystal ball, so we the most of the time we know exactly the same information as you in same time the first morning. The web interface connection, so compared to the old fashioned with the remote desktop, the RDP terminal server, we still have URLs workspace. So you still are able to connect over the web. So if something wrong with your computer, application, something like that, we are able to connect over the web link. For sure, the end user experience will be smaller for sure, but your end user is still able to connect, work, and navigate about that. So it will be a good thing to know if something wrong. This is an alternative connectivity function. So yes. So and yes, from the web portal compared to the store, you are able again to download the package. It will be the same result. Next slide, extra knowledge. Yes. So here, again, as a recommendation, as I said at the beginning, as a distributor at the cloud, we are not here to tell you how to do your job for sure. But with pleasure, we share the knowledge we got from all our reseller discussion. We will always encourage and assist our partner to implement and develop their own method to reach their goal. It's as usual, this is the five-star services. So here we are. We want to share with you some extra knowledge because it's probably the next buzzword in few weeks, few months. So everybody start with the AVD Windows 10. Will probably hope to upgrade to Windows 11. So there is some method to do that. If I click to get all my screen, give me a sec. Here we are. So there is other choice, other alternative for sure. We this is not the only way. This is not the only road to achieve the goal. But for our comprehension and experience, this is easy way to do that. So the first upgrade is to provision a new VM exactly when you provide a new infrastructure and you do a cutover. So roughly you provide a new version Windows 11 has 11, you install your configuration, data, migrate your stuff and other stuff like that, and when you're ready to go, you cut over and you move you people from Windows 10 to 11. Simple like that, as usual. The second method, the in-place upgrade, we have first and second alternative. So rough, the first one, pass through the Windows update. As you know from physical computer, you are able to do that. Except from AVD, you need to manipulate something from the GP editor. So just let me know or ask to Microsoft support department, Carl's team. Everybody know the procedure of that. It will be a pleasure to share the knowledge with you. And the last one, the second method from in-place upgrade will be with the Windows ISO file, like we already done by physical computer. when we insert the CD in the computer and you double click on the ISO and you follow the wizard. This is exactly the same thing from AVD, except you need to download the ISO file. You are not able to connect the DVD player about that. So here for sure, you need to plan your job for sure, because there is some reboot plan. And as well, we always recommend to do a backup before the job, just in case of. We never get any information about bad situation or bad thing, but this is always a good thinking to do a backup point and to do the restore if something wrong. If you don't need to delete after that, and voila. Another extra knowledge about the tuning. Again, this is probably not the only way to achieve this goal, but as we know, as our discussion with many representative people and technicians and specialists, we were able to got to trap the better or the more suitable or is your knowledge. So here we are, what we can propose to you. So from AVD, if you want to, oh, yeah, about the French, I forget to translate. For the first one is adjust the time zone, and after that, install the language pack and adjust the user language preference. It's easy to do. 3 simple PowerShell command in admin mode. As you can see, you can adjust the time zone with a simple regedit addition. After that, we are able to install a language pack. So the installation will be faster. Imagine we are connected to the backbone of Microsoft directly. And after that, we are able to set or adjust the user language preference. So you do that, fuse again, and you log off, log in, and voila, the job is done. So, but as I said, there is probably many other way to do that. So, but it's easy to take those information and copy and paste into your internal procedure or practice or shared information. This is not magic. This is only information we share with resellers. So, yeah. Next one, demo. Oh, with exclamation point. Sorry, I need to translate more my stuff. So every time I have this kind of discussion about Windows 365, Azure Virtual Desktop, everybody asks me there is a way to do a demo, proof of concept, trial, something like that. Unfortunately, from the CSP channel, from the cloud service provider, Microsoft don't let you have this kind of sandbox demo or something like that. But there is still any available method to achieve your goal. So about Azure Virtual Desktop, the first is the public trial. If you go by yourself from the web and you type public trial Azure AVD, something like that, you will find a landing page about 200 US dollar credit for the first 30 days. This is easy to do. You need a personal email address, credit card, and phone number. So unfortunately, by the past, we was able to do that again and again with the same three information, credit card, email, and phone number. But from a few weeks ago, Microsoft don't accept it anymore. So you need to have more than one if you want to do that more of one. It's easy to take the customer one and just deploy on the customer tenant. It's easy to do. And for sure, when the trial is over after 30 days, you will receive a question. Do you want to stop or do you want to continue? If you stop, this is stop and only that. Microsoft don't charge you anymore. And trust me, I already do that many times. So I don't have any issue with that. So this first idea is the best public trial for the end customer. You are able to assist and give hands to your customer to show that, to do a proof of concept, and voila. Maybe a parenthesis about that, because we many times we face this issue. Um, a hand customer who play with the public trial is out of scope of the CSP. So roughly, when a customer spin up a server with AVD or any other kinds from a public trial, nobody have the possibility to move the subscription from the public trial to a CSP on any another vertical of distribution. Each subscription are tied to the vertical of distribution. But what we can do is move the server by itself. Server, services, application, and other stuff like that. Some are not movable, but roughly the server and other simple stuff are movable. So if you have any question about that, just let me know. With pleasure, I will give you hands and I will explain you what is the limitation, what we can do, and what we cannot. After that, the MPN as well. If you are MPN member, you can have some benefit about that. If you don't know about MPN, I will let you have a discussion with Majida regarding that. So roughly you can have benefit depending of the tier of your MPN agreement. It's kind of money off the table. So if you don't play with that, you don't take your money. So it could be a good idea, depending of the size of credit about your MPN, to play with Azure Virtual Desktop or anything else from Azure. This is only a credit into your MPN subscription. So you do what you want. So could be a great idea to invest into this direction. What could be your proof of concept, your demo, your own environment from Azure. In other hands, Windows 365 we have possibility to try to CDX environment. If you don't know about that, let me know, or maybe just take a call with our partner teams. It would be a pleasure to assist you with that. So roughly here, the CDX environment, you can have a 90 days tenant test. There is a demo file we are able to follow and configure regarding the Windows 365. I'll already do that. It's not complicated, is only complex. Huh? Everybody knows is Microsoft, so we only need to follow all the steps. But let me know if you need any assistance or something like that. And the other option too is from Windows 365 from your MPN Azure benefit. This is the same way from Azure Virtual Desktop. So you have many type of benefit into your MPN. So Majida could be the best woman to assist you and answer all your question about that. So here we are. So it's roughly all for me. So Steve, do we have any question, comment, or something else?
Just a few questions.
Hmm?
I think that Wayne mentioned something about if it's secure. I didn't know what he was referring to when you were
Mhm,
presenting, and I'm also going to look at the Q&A to see if that there was
mhm. Yeah,
anything
Wayne.
additional.
Yeah, if we can just let yeah, Wayne log in directly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay. I got a question. Yeah. It will be the connection from the client. Just let you jump into your connect into your PC cloud. Yeah, for sure. It will be secure. Yeah, for sure. Good question.
I will. I just will share one link. If you haven't had the opportunity to follow the Azure Excellence Program, it's actually I think you haven't had because it wasn't offered to our English speaking partner. It was actually it probably did was offered to English somewhat, maybe some English speaking partner maybe had it before. But if you'd like to have more information on, specking, deploying, or even setting up a demo environment for the for your customers, we have this program which is called the Azure Excellence Program, and we actually have a session which will happen next week. It will be given by Sebastien. As you can see, you can discover Azure and Azure Virtual Desktop, learn how to talk to your customers about Azure, and obviously maximize your profits. And when we say maximize your profits, is actually understand how to make the best off of this technology. So we actually have a first presentation that will happen on February 21st from 2 to 4 p.m. A second presentation on March 13th uh, from 2 to 4 p.m. Both of these presentations will be, I guess it's two part. So that's what I meant to say. And there's a third part where you can spend some time specifically with Sebastien. It's not a one-to-many session, but it's a one-to-one. You have multiple people from your organization. So it's an excellent way to have a better and deeper understanding of Azure and what, how to leverage it and how to use it. I don't know if Sebastien, if you want to add anything to it.
Yeah, for sure, with pleasure. Yeah. So roughly the two first session, the theoretical session, I will spend time to explain some technical aspect and sale aspect. So the most of the time we ask me who or which kind of people supposed to be there. So everybody into the company, sale people or decision maker or technical could be on the path. So we will discuss regarding the computing, the technical aspect, how to do that, how what we need to don't do, what is the idea behind that, which kind of customer we need to approach, what is the sales pitch about that, which kind of customer we need to approach, what is the advantage, and other stuff like that. So from the two first session, we will spend many time with a large aspect of knowledge. So this is a good presentation. It will be it's not our first video about that. So we know what we need to provide to you. This is a large volume of information regarding different aspect of the customer and the solution. And the third one, as Steve tell, so this is one-to-one. So we can spend time together with a specific appointment, one-to-one, to do a demo or something like that. It is as you want. So we can play with the commercial aspect about subscription. So we already do that by the past. And just imagine, I just tell you from a few seconds ago regarding the demo, public trial, MPN, and CDX. You can do it by yourself from a commercial subscription. Imagine it's only a few dollars per day, so it's cheaper. I already gave hands to a reseller about that. We spin up a customer during the day, we deploy AVD, few minutes, only to do that, and explain how it's working, do a demo, just connect remotely and solve other stuff, and shut down and delete the subscription at the end of the day. So it's very cheaper. If you don't have any possibility, the commercial subscription could be an alternative. And as I said, it's cheap. So it's not a deal breaker. Steve?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Sebastien. So I put the link on the in the chat there. It is available from the events page from our website. If you're not familiar with the events page on the website, you have all the events that are going on for the next couple of months. Please feel free to register and participate. This is completely free. So have a very nice afternoon, and thank you very much for attending. Bye bye.
Maybe something for me, Steve, if I can. So
Of course.
everybody, if yeah, sorry about that. So we skipped this part. So
Yeah, I
everybody,
forgot. Sorry.
yeah, bad. So I tried to share over the chat. Yeah, I already did that. So everybody, if you can click on the link or scan the QR code, and just let me know what is your evaluation about the webinar. It's always a pleasure to us to get the recommendation or any question or any something else about that. We always want to leverage by yourself and get more and more knowledge, and your comment is always a good thing to know.
Does everybody have access to the link itself? Just want to make
Oh,
sure.
sorry, I forget to click on the send button. It's my bad.
Okay. Yes, like Sebastian said, please feel free to give us your comments. We're always looking to get better. So thank you for the eval.
So thanks everybody.
Thank you.